Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk It Out. My name is Lisa Maria. Non è vero, non è vero. I'm Joe Cacchione. I am so pleased to be the guest tonight. Thank you, Lisa Maria.
I love having you here, and oh my God, that was the best introduction. I have to say it was the best introduction.
Wait, I didn't finish it. Lisa Maria Occhionero. Please give her a round of applause. Ecco.
And our very, very special guest, which I'm very honored to have on this evening, Mr. Joe Cacchione. How are you?
Fantastic.
My goodness, it's like you've been here forever.
Difatti sono 2 ore, it's 2 hours. It feels like I've been here forever.
Oh man, it's true, huh?
Veramente,
but you have to admit, it's a nice talk that we had.
Beautiful. By the way, I have to, before we begin, we commentate. If you don't understand Italian, take a dictionary, because some words might be Italian, because I am 100% Italian, dalle capelli fino ai piedi. So you have to follow everything I say, okay? It's very, very important so you don't miss the humor behind everything that is said. Hang on.
Man, you're going to put subtitles.
Let's commentate this.
Let's commentate.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my God, I'm already laughing.
Va benissimo.
But the hour's going to go by too fast. But we have to stay here longer now.
No, we have 1 hour because I have kids at home. I have to escapade. I have to go.
Well, before we start, because we've already started, but
Yes.
Before we start even further, I have to thank a couple of sponsors.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
Go.
So our first sponsor is...
First sponsor,
number 1, Mr. Bojat Karimi from
Mr.
Remax.
Come si chiama? Bojat Karimi. Thank you for making this possible. And where does he work?
He works at Remax. Remax 2000, guys. He is a fantastic broker, very professional. All your needs, buyer, seller, contact Bojat. It will be at 514-757-1298. Or the actual telephone number, well, it was a telephone number, but his office number is 450-682-0101, bojat.karimi@remax, I said it in French, quebec.com.
You should say it in English. So it's Remax-Quebec.com. And it's Remax 2000 Inc. Inc is for incredible. He's incredible. He's fantastic. He's amazing.
He is.
Very good.
And I know Bojat. It's a long time I know him.
What kind of, what does he do? Real estate, but commercial, residential, or both?
He does residential.
I think he does commercial as well.
He could be doing both.
I believe so. I believe so.
But I do know that he's been around for, yes, he does commercial and residential. Sorry, Bojat. And he's actually very, very well informed. He's very good.
He's very informed. He knows if he does residential or commercial.
He knows. We don't.
You can ask him. He knows.
No, we will ask him. Bojat, we're plugging you. People call Bojat if you have any questions regarding residential and commercial. And second of all, Nettoyage Diamant. Guys, I love you. Anthony Paterno.
Anthony. Ah, no, non lo conosco. Anthony, can't wait to meet with you.
He cleans impeccably.
What does he clean?
He cleans everything. Homes, floors, closets, big spaces.
He comes over and...
he does it chez toi.
Fantastic.
Yes, I mean, obviously.
I have to give him my address. Guarda, è un casino.
Well, here, I'm going to give it and it's going to appear on the screen.
Very good.
Okay.
Can't wait. Dive
we
in.
can't see the screen, but they're going to see it, okay? Anthony Paterno, Nettoyage Diamant, 514-686-1581. Guys, to clean your house, your commercial spaces, Bojat, commercial and residential. He cleans them.
First you buy them, then you clean them.
Exactly. It goes hand in hand. It bonds.
Benissimo. Or you clean them, then you sell them. Choose whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Sorry?
Richard? No? Maybe?
Yeah, we can actually, yes, we do have another one.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, scusate, she's concentrated. Right.
I'm looking for Richard Bab Photography. He's actually been with us as well, long-running Nettoyage Diamant. We thank you so much, Richard. And Stefano is going to tell you his number because he's good at memorizing numbers.
Oh my God. Oh
Stefano,
my God,
basta che tu gli chiedi un numero di telefono e subito se lo ricorda. Stefano, guarda, fai concentrazione, mente locale. I will translate all this in English after. En français, à cause de la loi 96 aussi, je vais le traduire. Mais pour savoir le numéro de téléphone
est 514-923-3168. In English, it's going to be on the screen.
Say it in English. Come so cagato sotto già. As I was searching Google, everything.
You have to be on the ball, Maddie.
I was not ready for that one.
It's going to be written in English.
Richard Babb Photography. He's also on Instagram, guys. He does cosplay. Actually, his photos are very good. He
Yeah.
does photo shoots, which are impeccable. The colors, the models, the ideas, the
Fine arts.
creativity, the fine arts. It's just great.
Fantastic.
So you can clean your house, take a picture, and then you can
And
sell
sell it.
Yeah.
Madonna, it's a concept.
It's a concept.
Madonna, tu
Well,
quando
tell
fai le
me-
cose proprio
Exactly.
concettuali.
It's
Perfetto.
all marketing.
Marketing.
Marketing. So now we're going to get started so we can know more about
Yes.
Joe.
Yes. Oh, benissimo.
Okay? So we're going to stardation.
Compensation.
We cominciate.
We commentate.
Vai.
We commentate and we continuation. And that is a word, actually.
Benissimo.
isn't
You know,
it?
one day, that's
One day
going
we're
to
gonna
be in
start.
the dictionary. Madonna,
One day
veramente.
we're going to start.
No,
Okay.
but wait. I'm
Yeah.
working on some words on the dictionary. You
No.
know that? Yes. I scriveted to the Webster dictionary. There's some words, because to me the word has to link with
Yeah.
what we say. For example, no? If you say the word in Italian, il nipote.
Sì.
Okay, nipote, write nipote on the screen. Nipote.
Here.
In Italian is nice.
Yes.
And even nicer when you say nipotino.
Sì.
You know, for the grandmothers to say the nipotino is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, in English you call that grandchildren.
It's
It's
grand.
not the same.
Non si capisce if it's grand or piccerino. It's not makes sense. Grandchildren. Nipote is nice. So I wrote to the Webster dictionary.
And?
I said grandchildren remove.
Remove.
No, you have to put nipotine. Nipotines. It's beautiful. But you know what? They told me no. Nipotines is not acceptable
Ecco,
because ma perché English is a language where everything is shorter.
Short.
So I said, okay, you should put nipots.
Nips.
No.
Even better, nips.
Nipots. Because when FIQ, what do you say? Nipots over there. Nipots is indeed. Nipots is perfect. Ti giuro, guarda. We're looking, I'm rewriting English.
I'm going to die. Now I need water. No, it's okay. That's
Yes, I'll do my job. I got it.
Yeah.
Acqua per favore, acqua.
Acqua frizzante with a spruzzo of lemon.
Frizzante con un po' di lemone.
So actually, so everybody, they have a great idea of what to expect. And I think we've almost finished the podcast already. I think the hour's almost over.
No, we have so much to say now.
I
No,
know, that's
let's
it.
commentate for real.
Okay, so
So tell me.
very
tell me.
important.
Yes.
You are absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
You can tell that the work that you do, the person that you are, is that you are a person of. You can throw it. It's okay.
Thank you.
I'll just duck.
Va benissimo.
Thank you. You are a person of passion, of sincerity, and you respect. You respect your audience, yourself, and everything is tasteful. So
Thank
yes, absolutely. I think you are. I would consider you a genius in terms of yes. A
You have to
genius.
speak to my wife. She doesn't consider me.
No, but a genius in terms of the work that you do, the skill that you
Thank you.
have, and you are not afraid to express yourself, but it's always with taste and sincerity and etiquette
Yeah.
and class. So that that's why it's such an
Madonna.
honor to. Hey, veramente,
Thank you very
veramente.
much.
No,
Thank
you're
you
very
very
welcome.
much.
I just wanted to get that out because it's important,
Mm-hmm.
and I find that people who deserve it need to be told all the time. That being said, why the person you
Scusa. Madonna. I was never told all this.
let's talk it out.
Exactly, that's why we're here.
Parliamo.
We got the couch.
That's
We
it.
need a chair
you
on
wanna
the
lie
side.
down? Tell me your deepest, darkest feelings.
Fammi allungare completamente. Sorry, make me allungate completely.
Elongate. Today we're learning vocabulary.
Yes.
You're gonna break it in syllables.
Yes.
Elongate. Elongate. Oh,
Is it syllables or syllables?
syllables. I don't know. We're gonna start talking like that. You do realize that, eh?
It's important. We have to make the language evolve.
Exactly.
It's the evolution of the language.
Evolution.
È bellissimo.
Yes. Only the language needs to evolve. Oh, Maron. So that being said, to where you are now
Yes.
and where you were years ago, what motivated you? What inspired you to be the person you are today?
Question 2.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
So what made me the person that I think, you know, in everybody's life, what makes us who we are is events in life. You know, sometimes they say, oh, more difficult events or more light events. I think the difficult events are not difficult, are events that make us evolve in different ways, that make us grow, make us appreciate, consider life in a different way. Now I'm going to say something very, very personal. You might not know, or maybe you do. I live with 3 cancers.
Oh no.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know
You have
that.
beautiful eyes, but now when I say that, they come out even more. Yes, but you know what? It's a matter of deciding to live.
Yes.
Because, you know, some people, as soon as they find out that they have cancer, they die. Why? Because they stop living. Not because, and I tell people, live till your last breath.
Yeah.
Live till you're 6 feet under, but don't stop living.
Yes.
And this is who I am. I want to live. I want to live, and I want to appreciate life, and with everything that happens in the difficulties, but also in the beautiful, great moments of life.
Yes.
Live the life at the full. You know when they say, live the life as if it's your last day. Yes, it's an easy sentence. Everybody heard it, but nobody does it. Do it.
Yeah.
Live to the fullest. And one thing that is very important, live. And every day, make sure you made one person smile.
Beautiful.
But consider it. Consider it, knowing that you will do. And sometimes choose the person that you don't like.
Oh, Maron!
Yeah, let's watch it, for example. You know, try to make her smile every night. Let's watch it. The mother in... Come si dice in inglese?
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
In-law.
C'est la loi, t'as pas le choix. So the mother-in-law. Make people smile, that is important. And that's what I want to do. That's the pleasure of life.
The pleasure of life. So is that how you incorporate it? Because you are a comedian, you're terrific at it. And I noticed that you incorporate life's experiences into the jokes or the funny moments, let's say, that you experience in life. But how does that make you feel when you see somebody laughing at something that you've created from a life experience? How does that impact you as a comedian and as a person who's evolved into this person, let's say, into this comedian?
Incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. When you write a script and I'll speak English with a normal accent because I'm getting tired with my Italian accent. So I'll just speak normally. It's beautiful to see people. You write a script, you play it, you're on stage, you see the people's reaction, and sometimes we record it. So I look at myself and I say, "Wow, you wrote it, you see it, you get the people's reaction." But it's not only about the reaction of the crowd. It's you thinking about all the process of writing the whole thing, and then you see the reaction of the crowd. It's just amazing. I would say it in a positive way, it's a drug. It's a very beautiful, positive upbringing, I don't know how to say it, type of drugs, which gives you such a joy. It's just incredible.
Okay.
It makes you want to do more and more and more and more and more. You get addicted to it.
Yeah, it's an addiction. And the fact that you have a passion behind it, I guess it sort of brings it out and the people appreciate it more. And I find that you create a rapport with people through your jokes.
Exactly.
So that being said, what makes you convert a moment into a joke? Like, how do you know how an audience member will respond?
How do I know how they will respond? Well, it's 35 years I've been doing this, so you know more or less. You get to learn how the people react. One of the greatest moments that I lived was 3 years ago actually. Right before the pandemic, we wrote a show called Santa Cabrini, Je peux vous aider. It was for the hospital Santa Cabrini. And my son was opening the show.
Nice.
Back then he was 11. He went on stage and I told him, I go, listen, this is your public. Basically, you're going to go on stage, introduce yourself, and you say, bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs, je me présente, mon nom est Josué, je suis le fils de Joe Cacchione. You're going to say it one line, non-stop, because people you have to create something in their mind. So do it non-stop. Then you stop.
Okay.
You look, and you wait. Obviously, it's not a joke, so they won't laugh.
Yeah.
It's not a question, so they won't answer. You just stop. So after a few seconds, they feel they have to do something.
Yeah.
They'll applaud.
Oh, and yes.
And that's what happened. So the joke, and I go, you better do it well, because you're opening the show, you're breaking the ice. So here he's on stage and he goes, Mesdames et messieurs, je m'appelle Josué. Je suis le fils de Joe Cacchione. He waited. People started applauding and he said, no, 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 no. N'applaudissez pas. Je ne l'ai pas choisi. And that's when people reacted. So, you know, preparing that joke, knowing or expecting the reaction of the crowd and seeing that it worked, I was off stage. I saw this, and to me, that was the show. The first 2 minutes, seeing my son doing this was amazing. And then the show started.
So would you consider that one of the best or the most, one of the highlights of what your career has spanned into? What is the most prominent moment for you that stands out?
You know, when I started comedy, I was 20 years old. I was 18 years old. To me, it was important to be in front of everybody. You know, you're 20 years old. You want everybody to know you. People were stopping me for autographs. I was like so proud about that. Today, it's not about me being there and laughing at what I say, but it's about the quality of a complete show. What we did for Santa Cabrini, the last show we gave was, I was there was my son, I have another son who also is a pianist. There was an older man singing, Gerardo, and we spoke about life in general, life in the hospitals, because we spoke about obviously the health system of Quebec, criticizing it, people laughing about it, everything. But it was living from birth to death and living to the fullest. So when people walked out of the show, it's not about, oh, you were funny or you were less funny. It was about what a show. Yeah. So as I grow older into this business, I say, it's not about me or somebody else. It's about people leaving with a pure, great feeling. I've seen a show that, you know, they'll remember for a long time.
So that being said, what is the best sketch or the best moment you've had on stage?
I had many of them. Now, if I ask the public, if I just say amongst Italian the word whiskey,
We all know
there
that.
you see, you all know the reaction. Another one is le chier. You know, I just do the movement and people remember the skier. But this, for example, this skier, I wrote it in 1991. In 1991, I mean, you're talking 31 years ago.
Imagine! Oh my God!
And you know what? 31 years ago, and till today, people ask me to do it. Some people saw it maybe 10, 20, 30 times. I did it over 2,000 times. The whiskey joke, I did it over 3,000
Oh my
times.
God.
That, the first time we started it, I wrote it with a friend of mine, Marc Boucher, and that was back in 1985. You know, that joke is going to be 40 years old.
Oh my God, that's
You
so
know,
funny.
Joe, can I say something if you don't mind?
Sure, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna interrupt for a second because you're talking about that joke. I had the privilege of I work events as well, and we've done a lot of events together where you do a set and I'm in the band in the background. So I've heard that joke numerous times, but it was a thing because we used to use the whiskey thing like amongst my friends.
Are you
Whiskey,
serious?
I swear to you, this is not a joke. And
Oh my
and
God.
I'm gonna tell you as a compliment because I've heard it numerous times because I was at events, right?
Exactly.
You always make it funny. Even though I heard it and I know what's coming, I laugh every single time. You find a way to reinvigorate the joke, and it's always funny. Even though we know the punchline, we know what you.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and like I said, it became a thing. The skiing thing, and we
and
used
it's
to say
funny, the way you said it is at the beginning when we said it the first times, it was a joke. It was a joke that lasted maybe 30 seconds. You know, you just say a joke under the table, you fart, and the whiskey get out of here, shit on you. But from there, it became a monologue. At the end, you know, the last times you saw on these events, it lasted 8 to 9 minutes. 8 to 9 minutes is a monologue.
Oh my God.
And it was funny because it's no longer a joke. It's a story.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do. It's storytelling in a humoristic approach.
Yeah.
But you tell stories about real life events. Obviously, you exaggerate because when I speak, for example, about my father-in-law in the joke, I know that I describe him. This is the description of my father-in-law. Those are the shoulders. The head is at the second floor. Okay, so now when you mean my father-in-law is 5'6", you know, so he's nothing from what you see in the description. Obviously, you know, it's part of the joke, and you know, obviously the story never happened at all, but it doesn't matter. It's part of people's imagination.
my
and
goodness.
it's great.
That's fantastic. What is one thing that you feel that people would be surprised to learn about you?
Well, to learn about me is sometimes they ask me in shows is, what you said, is it true?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll say it now. 90% it's not true. Might as well, I want you to know. But there are some true stuff because, we base what we write on our life experience.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you can't go far from who you are. This is who you are. So I wrote a show many years ago on education. And I spoke about, I figured that my professor doesn't know much because he's the one that, when I was a student, he's the one asking us, where's Spain? Well, if you don't know, how do we know? You're the professor. So I became a professor. From professor, I realized that the real ignorant was the principal because, he didn't know. He sent the teachers and teach and he didn't know. So I became a principal. And then I realized that the real ignorants are the parents. And then I look at me, you didn't expect that. And then I explain why and when they justify, excuse my son, anyways, in the jokes of the skit. But then people ask me, but what do you do besides comedy? And then I tell them I'm a school principal. And they wonder if it's a joke or not. And it's not. I'm a school principal now in vocational training at the English Montreal School Board.
Amazing.
I love it. Can
I ask a
It's called
question?
Shad Health and Business Center.
Are you tomorrow? Do you have an event as one of the principals for the EMSB?
Tomorrow, what's
Tomorrow?
Yes. Well, there's the career fair at the English Montreal School Board.
Oh no! I'm playing for a party at Auberge des Galants, and it's supposed to be the principals, or is it the principals?
I wasn't invited. Did I just get fired?
I have to be honest. It's because I've done about 3 or 4 parties for school boards.
Okay.
So for Laurier, EMSB. So I could be confusing which one is which.
Could be.
But I know one of them is principals. And
No, so it's not us.
okay, and last week, as I did one last week
Last week it was us.
at Manoir Saint-Sauveur.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it was Proceed Conference. It was for it's many school boards, all the
That's
English
right.
school boards
Yeah, that's
all
right.
together.
That's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I did that
that's
last
it.
week. I didn't see you there though. You didn't.
No, I didn't stay for the party. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's
I have to
good.
prepare tonight's
I got
event.
it.
Okay, so next question. What is one question that that never gets asked of you, but you would like for it to be asked?
Wow. What's a question? That
This
is
one.
This one.
Yeah, that question.
That question.
That never gets asked. Can we keep it in the
No,
never
I-
category?
You know what? I reach out to people. I'm not shy, but I'm not. People are not scared. Sometimes people are not approachable.
Yeah.
I am. Therefore, people are very open. Even kids ask me questions, and it's fine. No, I never wonder what would be a nice question to. That's a hell of a good question. Never thought of that. Did you think of that question?
I did all by myself.
Wow.
I know.
Now, did you ever have a question what was that question? Yeah, the same question back to you. Did you ever have that?
Yes, right now.
No, I don't. No, I never had any question that was not asked to me, and I would have liked it to be asked. No.
How about
would-
how did you get your big muscles?
Yeah.
Huh? That's a good question
Yeah.
that
I
I wish
have a-
I would have been asked.
Yeah.
What is your
How
superpower?
come you're so good looking?
Yeah.
And, why are you? No, I
did
never had that question. That worries me a little bit.
What's your
I
superpower?
tell them to ask me the question.
Your wife is gonna ask you after this podcast.
Shimga, how did it go? Good.
I have a really nice question though, but we
Tell
can
me.
make this funny. Okay? If you're good,
I like that. She prepares you. I've heard it. Make it funny. Go ahead. I'll prepare myself. You should give me the question.
no, we're gonna
before.
have with the quotes. It's because they laugh and applause.
Exactly. Get ready.
Okay. So if you're gonna live on a desert island,
Yeah.
okay, desert island, there's nobody there, and you can only take one thing with you, what would it be?
Could it be a person?
Could be anything you want.
Would you want to come?
Sure.
Message to my wife. It was just a joke.
Do you cook?
I do 2 branches together. Me, I can cook marshmallows.
No, we need a lasagna or else forget it.
I even have lasagna on a deserted island.
It doesn't matter. That's why you're there.
We'll find it.
That's why you're there.
We'll make the noodles. That's it. Facciamo casabbia. We'll do the
Andiamo a
noodles.
pesca.
I do that to you. I'm not a pescar.
Oh no? You're not a pescador?
No.
No.
I'm not. I don't do pescation.
What do you eat? What's your favorite meal?
I like Italian. My favorite.
I didn't say your favorite guy.
But he goes with the meal.
This is a rated video.
My favorite dish is actually gnocchi.
Really?
Yeah.
Ragu?
Yes. I love gnocchi.
Have you ever tried gnocchi gorgonzola?
Oh no, Dio
That's
san!
so good.
Non mi
Gnocchi
parlare del
gorgonzola con with come si chiama le noci?
Yes.
How do you say the
Yes.
les noix de Grenoble?
Nuts. Walnuts.
Walnuts. Wow. What'd you say?
Yeah.
He
Isn't
likes
that
gorgonzola.
you don't like gorgonzola?
Oh, Dio
No,
san!
listen to me.
Ma
And with
caput.
wine,
Yeah.
you have to get l'amarone.
Yeah.
Amarone
Yeah,
wine
Amarone
with
wine
gorgonzola,
yeah.
gnocchi.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that one.
Serat.
How about we go on that island? I'll come with you.
You're there.
For me, I like the gnocchi, but I like it ragu. I like rosé. I like rigatoni.
Alla boscaiola.
Sì, but I don't like tortellini. I like ravioli. Ravioli, fazzoletti, e medaglioni.
Ravioli is just a shape that is different.
I
You
know.
whatever you put inside is the same thing.
Yeah.
I know, but it's the shape.
She likes it bigger. She likes it bigger.
I like the ravioli.
Ravioli.
You know what's good?
I fazzoletti, sì. Medaglione.
Yeah.
I cannoli.
Oh, I make
I
those.
cannelloni.
Yes, the cannelloni,
cannoli,
sì.
but
I know,
cannelloni.
yeah, cannolis I like too. But I make cannelloni and I make the stuffed shells.
Yeah.
You made the muffin? I want to know what that
The same thing. So yeah, no, I love to cook. Italian is great. I like to try
Fantastic, huh?
food.
Now that we can put this podcast on the Cooking Network. Perfect.
Recipes coming out.
That's great. And I'm hungry too.
Recipes.
And I'm hungry.
So what's your favorite food? Now that we're on the topic of food, because now I'm hungry.
I love Italian food.
Yeah.
Come ho detto prima, I'm Italian from head to toe. Italian food, all types of pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you eat a souvlaki over piatto di pasta?
No, he's Italian. No.
Sorry. No.
Sorry.
No, and you know what? Have you ever tried, and you might say no, and please look up for the recipe and try it. Spaghetti, it's not exactly, it's tonnarelli.
Sì.
It's a spaghetto, but it's squared. Alla Trapanese, which is an area in Sicily, on the northwest of Sicily. Trapanese, it's amazing. It's il pesto alla genovese.
Sì.
Okay, pesto, but instead of using pine nuts, you use come si chiama? Mannaggia miseria. They're
Ask me
they're,
whatever-
they're green. They're
Pistachio.
small.
Pistachio.
No pistachio.
Pistachio.
Pistachio, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say,
breadcrumbs. It's what? That's it. Ti giuro, it's amazing.
Who needs Stanley Tucci? Forget him.
What?
It's Joe's
What?
gonna do the cooking.
Madonna.
that's it. We have to turn this into a cooking show now.
Let's do it.
Are you going to do a cooking show with us?
Let's-
It's going to
sure.
call Let's Talk It Out Cooking Style.
And you know what? We do it. We need a kitchen and everything, and I'll cook.
Yeah?
Not a
I
problem.
think we should do a cooking show.
My pleasure.
I think we should do it. We have a little vino on the side.
I'm gonna do the
So by
after
the end
show.
of the night-
I'm
by
gonna
the
do.
end-
I'm gonna do the after show called the eating show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that one.
No, but you see, we drink like Pasquale. Remember
His job is
Pasquale?
a scarpetta.
Yeah, so by the end of the night, we're going to make all
La
sorts of
cucina di
stuff.
Pasquale.
Madonna.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Perfect.
Now I'm hungry. So I did a little bit of digging,
Yep.
and I've noticed that you have a show coming up.
Yes.
Please let us know. Tell us more about that. What can we expect? What can we do to purchase the tickets? Because this is definitely going to be something that people should be seeing,
Okay.
looking forward to. So
Oh, fantastic.
hit it, Joe.
So listen, the show coming up, it's called Le Retour de la Belle-Mère.
Okay.
Now, first of all, let's make things clear. It's 100% in French.
Okay.
Mais c'est pas en québécois. Ce n'est pas non plus en français.
Français de la France.
C'est oui le français de France. Non, bon. C'est le français de Joe Cacchione. Tu vas avoir tout. Si tu parles solamente de l'italien, tu vas tout capiscer. Pourquoi quando moi je parle le français, pour les Italiens qui non parlano una parola di francese va capisci. Le francese va tutto capisci pensando che poi ci parlo l'italiano. È un'esperienza linguistica unica. Ma veramente. And it's going to be at Leonardo da Vinci Center from the 27th to the 30th of December. So between Christmas and New Year, 27, 28, 29, 30th of December, 8 o'clock at night. Tickets are on sale now. It's $40 plus $2.30 for the service charge.
Yeah.
So it's basically $40 at directly at Leonardo da Vinci, or you can go on my website and they'll transfer you to Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay.
What's your website?
And your
We're going to
website
post
is?
it.
It's joecacchione.ca.
JoeCacchione.ca.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So right now, because I love doing this, we're gonna play a game. And it's not the game you think, Joe. I did questions.
This is pasta. You're preparing food. Why do you think like this? You were thinking what I'm supposed to think that you thought. Qualcosa del genere.
Now I
Yeah.
have.
Question.
It's called rapid response, which means you have to come up with the answers quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Now anything goes. There's no holds barred. So whatever comes out first, that's your answer.
Okay.
As long as it is somebody gonna get the.
Oh.
I know what the questions are. It's kind of cheating, but it's not. Like I write them and then I put them away so that I don't have time to prepare an answer.
Yeah, but I have to prepare the answer.
Yes, but I'm going to be asked the same, different questions. So you're going to be asked questions, but they will be different from mine.
So you know what? We'll ask her first. She'll answer, and then you'll get the next round.
Complicated game.
Yes, it's very
But good.
complicated.
Let's go.
Let's
Give it a try.
So Lisa goes with the first one, and Sierra here.
I asked them because I'm special. Name 3 things you do before bed.
3 things I do before bed: brush my teeth, brush my hair, and
You brush.
and eat a fruit.
Yeah, but is it true?
Yeah, it is.
Every night you eat a fruit?
Yeah,
What fruit do you eat?
I eat a banana.
Where's that island?
If there's bananas there, I'll sleep like a baby.
Okay.
You asked.
No, fine.
You don't even need to say the joke.
No.
I walk right into these things.
No, that's it.
No,
You know,
no,
and
no,
you know, one thing about my shows, everything is clean. That's why. What's the next question?
5 minutes on Let's Talk It Out, and already he's a change.
5 minutes and let's talk it out. Okay, now I'm gonna invite Andrew Dice Clay opening my show. Yeah. All right.
The question that you have is different from mine, though. Don't prepare an answer from mine because it's different.
Okay,
Yeah.
because when I was brush my hair, brush my teeth, and eat an apple. Okay, question.
Name 3 animals that describe you.
Lion. Lion because I was born in August. I'm a Leo, and I'm told very, very much that lion. Then a donkey.
Yeah.
No, not because I didn't go to school. I graduated from school. I'm not a Juch, but donkey because I'm stubborn. And the other one, I don't know. See me and name an animal. Go ahead.
No, I don't do that. An animal
Tell
just
me,
popped into my mind.
go ahead, and I'll give the explanation. Go ahead.
I was gonna say anaconda.
That's a snake. That's not me.
That's a rep.
That big.
This show is rated R.
I was gonna say a monkey.
Monkey. È vero. It's true. It's good because you like to do crazy things. You like to make people laugh. You like, yeah, I like it. Very good.
I was gonna, you dangle from a tree.
Yeah. I think the man comes down from the monkey and the monkey comes down from the tree. That's the way it works.
There you go.
Question 3.
I was also gonna say like a hamster.
I'll stick to the monkey. Go ahead. Un sorcio, un topo, un ratto, che è sto cosa?
John.
John or Joe?
This is John.
Oh no, it's supposed to be Joe. Three
Name
names
three
of
people.
whose names start with Joe. So Joe Cacchione.
Can I help you?
Joe Cocker.
And Joanne.
Joe Mama.
I was gonna say that.
Say
And Joe
what?
Blow.
Va benissimo.
Joe Cocker, Joe Cacchione, and oh my God, I don't know another
Any
Joe.
Joe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be famous. Joe, your neighbor Joe.
Joe the plumber.
Very good. Yeah, everybody knows Joe the plumber. Very useful for everybody.
He's loaded now. I know that.
Maron. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys, if you're still studying and you're choosing your job, plumber. Forget university, plumber.
Joe, this one's for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Name 3 people whose name starts with Lisa.
Elisabetta II. Lisa, come si chiama quella Lisa, cantante, attrice? Lisa, la cantante attrice. I don't know her last name, but it's Lisa. Why you have your name Lisa? Couldn't it have been an easier name? Lisa, give me your
Lisa in the culture.
Lisa the Call Jam. She's a very Lisa. It's 2 of them, and Elisabetta II. Very good.
Lisa, you're next.
Dai.
Yeah.
Name 3 animals that growl.
A dog
Da Crow.
that growl.
Ah, ho capito che... Vai.
No, it's not.
Lisa. As you can tell, she growls.
Lo fai benissimo.
I know. Huh?
Dog, Lisa, and the third one?
And the third one would be a bear. Bears growl.
Do they?
I'm so happy I didn't even have that question because since my English is not very good, growl da ci manca il significato.
Joe, this one.
This one's for you.
Name 3 things that are funny.
3 things that are funny. 3 things or 3 people? It could be 3.
Whatever. I said 3 things, but you could say.
Okay. So my mother-in-law, actually, is an inspiration for my shows. Then 3 things that are funny. Jokes are funny, but just saying it like this is not even funny. And the third one.
Name 3 things. Well, actually, here's
Yeah.
a good question.
Yeah, tell me.
Speaking of things that are funny,
Yeah.
who would be an inspiration for you on the comedic side?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. I was inspired by different comedians throughout my career. The first one was Massimo Troisi, who did the movie The Postman.
Oh,
That
yes.
was very famous
Nice.
with that movie. There's another movie before in Italy called Ricomincio da Tre, which was to me an amazing movie, and that's what got me into comedy. Then also I was inspired by Bill Cosby, not by his life, but by his comedy. His comedy life, because extremely funny, always clean, and that to me was always
Yeah.
very important. Always clean, family oriented. The jokes based on everyday life. Today there's what's his name? Benigni, also that is amazing. Today there's Brignano, also that is fantastic. Enrico Brignano, who's a Roman comedian now. He's an inspiration. So yeah, all these people are made me who I am. Not to imitate or to be like. At the beginning, I have to say I was very close to the first comedian, but I tried to detach because you have to make your own personality, you have to create your own character, you have to be yourself on stage. But yeah, these are the people that I said, wow, fantastic, and that's a great career.
Was there ever a moment throughout the duration of your career that you said that you were ever deterred from continuing as a comedian, let's
No.
say? Or a moment that you had a difficulty with a show or a particular audience, let's say?
No, audiences, well, Okay, first of all, no, comedy is part of my life, it's part of who I am, and hopefully I could do it for another 20, 30 years. That would be fantastic. It would be a dream. And you know, sometimes very often people say, you know, when are you gonna quit your principal job to be full-time comedian, or when are you gonna drop comedy to be, you know, a principal full-time? And but it's a balance.
Yes.
You know, being a principal helps me. The satisfaction of being a principal is on the long run.
Yes.
You know, you see a school change, you see students graduating, being happy, changing, becoming, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give the immediate feedback a comedy show gives you. When you're on stage and you hold the mic and the adrenaline is at the maximum and you shoot a joke and the reaction is so strong, it's fantastic. As a school principal, I'll never get that.
Yeah.
And I feel I need both. So that's why I'll always continue. Sorry, what was the other question? I kind of got so much into it I forgot.
No, that's okay. Is there something that would ever deter you? Let's say you had a moment that was not so pleasant, let's say.
The crowd, you know, you play for the crowd, you play for the people, but you also play for yourself. Don't put yourself aside into this. And I know already that the Friday night crowd is a crowd that worked all week. They sit down and they go, okay, that was a tough week. Now make me laugh. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the Friday night, and it's okay, but be ready for it.
Yeah.
The Saturday night crowd is amazing. They're in the middle of the weekend. Tomorrow I'm off. I relaxed all day. I had supper. I went out with friends. I'm coming and see a comedy show. I'm going out later. It's a pleasant night. I'm relaxed, and no matter what you're going to be saying, I know it's funny, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Beautiful.
The Sunday night, it's, oh, okay. You know, they get the Sunday night blues where they go back to work.
Yeah, I
okay, very good. Okay, say your jokes. Okay, hurry up, say your jokes. Yeah, say your jokes. So I have to wash the kids, bring them to bed. Tomorrow morning I don't go to, you know. So that's the Sunday night. So you have to know it. You have to know your crowd. You have to know your people. Be ready for it. But what is most important, enjoy what you do. Enjoy what you do.
What is the legacy that you would like to leave for your children about you? What is one thing that would be important for them to know about you?
I think my kids know me extremely well. We're in a family. We're very open. We talk. We fight. We laugh together. Beautiful. I think I have an amazing family. At the same time, a lot of people say, leave your children a better world. I always said, leave the world better children. So to me, what is important is not to tell my kids what to do, but be an example of what I think they should become.
Yeah.
Be the example you want them to become. And they will become. Because kids, positive or negative, they will follow the example that you are. And and I try my best. They know it. They see it. I work very hard, so they take the example, so they could become as well.
And you also incorporate your children in your shows.
Yeah.
How do they feel about that?
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. It was so funny the first time I did it with my, actually the first time my oldest one was now 20, was on stage, he was 4 months old. And we did The Lion King, so I lift him, you know, with Simba. You know, I did the same thing. And it's so funny because as I lift him, he was asleep. So I lift him like this, so the crowd started applauding. I brought him down. Shh, he's sleeping. You know? And he's the king. If he wakes up, nobody sleeps. You know, so that's what it is. So he was 6 months old. The first time he introduced me on stage, he was 7 years old. He went on stage. It was for the Italian week, corner of Saint Laurent and Saint Zotique. 7,000 to 8,000 people. And I see this 7-year-old going on stage, right around the mic, and saying, Mesdames et messieurs, je vous présente Joe Cacchione, mon papa. He walks out of stage. I walk on stage. People were applauding, and I said, you know what? For you guys, the show just is about to start. for me, it just ended.
Oh,
it was
that's
so beautiful
great.
to see your kid going on stage in front of 7,000 people. It was fantastic.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I think the fact that you're actually encouraging that
Yep.
is motivating for them, and that they actually see you've accomplished so much, and you make people laugh. I think it kind of gives your. I mean, I know for my daughter when she watches me, because after this I have an interview with my daughter.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have an interview for her school, right?
Wonderful.
But to be somebody that they select and they look up to you, that I think is the greatest honor, right? You can have the applause and the audiences love you, but when you have the
Oh, no.
admiration of the child,
There's nothing more important. You know,
Yeah.
we talk about the importance of family. There's nothing more important. The relationship I have with my wife, with my kids, is extremely important. And I tell everybody, prioritize that.
Yeah.
Prioritize that. It's
Yeah.
very important. My kids are on stage with me, and I always told them, my oldest one, who's 20, he was 13, 14, where I put him in charge of recording my whole shows, editing, and preparing DVDs to be sold.
Yeah.
And he goes, but Dad, you know, it's pretty complicated. And I always say the same line. If somebody in the world could do it, you could do it. You know,
Yeah.
what I told you
Yeah.
earlier. And I said it to my kids, you know, being on stage in front of 7,000 people. If somebody could do it, you could do it. Go on stage, do it.
Yeah.
And by showing them that there's no barriers, they'll give it a try. They'll give it a try. They want to try it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my God, I don't know about you, but I think
I have
we already
I have a
finished our
question.
hour.
I have a question. It's,
Go ahead.
And because like I said, I've seen you many times. The fact, and there's a few tiers to this question. You've always done a clean show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the funniest people I know, and you've always done a clean show.
Thank you.
That in itself is wow, because most comedians use vulgarity as a like
Yeah.
they use it. They use that as the joke a lot of
Yes.
times. Sometimes they use it to enhance a joke. When you can do it without,
Exactly.
wow, it's
That's
like.
talent.
Thank you.
So
Thank
was that a conscious decision
Yep.
you made years ago, and you said I'm always going to be clean?
Yep. Yep. Well, you know, when you're younger, you say I don't want to have my parents feel awkward with the jokes I do. But then as I went on, I became a school teacher, and I said, wait a minute, I'm also an example for my students. So I have to be able to go to school tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
face my students without having to tolerate this language from them. Because if I say it, then I allow them to say it, which I don't want.
Yeah.
Then I went to school principal. Then forget it.
Yeah.
I am an example
Yeah.
to the young people.
Yeah.
And you know, there's people that do swear the vulgar language or vulgarity in the jokes. Not a problem. To each his own. And there's a public for all this.
Yes.
But I always said, and I have some comedians that I told them, you know what? There's a public for your material, but for my material, there's everybody.
Yes.
So nobody is going to be offended. And I remember one day, one of the shows, my father, I told my dad, I go, Dad, you know what? Just go in the audience, sit down, enjoy the show. You're always backstage helping and all that. Just enjoy it. We had done the show 15 times. Just go and enjoy. So he went and sat down. And after the show, he came and see me and he goes, Joe, you know, I have to tell you something. There was a priest next to me. Oh, I go, right, good. And when I saw him, I told him, I go, so how'd you like the show? He didn't know that I'm your father. I go, how'd you like the show? And he said, I finally could, he said it in Italian, he says, posso vedere uno spettacolo senza vergognarmi.
Nice.
You know, how do you say vergogna in English?
Embarrass.
Yeah,
Embarrass.
I could look at a show without being embarrassed. And I think it's important. It's important because, you know, when you do dirty jokes and you have children next to you, because very often now parents bring their children
Yeah.
to shows, and the kid asks, Dad, what did he mean? What are you going to tell your kid? Or worse, not worse, but I mean, same thing. If you bring your parents and there's vulgarity, how do you feel towards your parents? Or your
Yeah.
parents looking at you, you're like, okay, you paid the ticket, so we're going to stay, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's awkward. So, as I said, not a problem. There's different types of comedy, but that's mine.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing. And you know what? It shows. It brings to the table what you were talking about, example, because that's a hard example to maintain in
Yeah.
comedy. Like you know, it's that's really tough because, like I said, all comedians use it. Not even to be dirty. It doesn't have to be dirty, but they use bad swear words to accentuate a joke.
But-
And it could be funny, but to do it without it's commendable. And like I said, you use the term example, and it's hats off to you, because that's amazing. Like you said, I have to be an example for my kids. They're gonna learn by what I do. And you took something like comedy and said, I'm not gonna swear in it.
Exactly.
And do it for 20, 30 years. That's amazing,
That's an
man.
accomplishment.
It is an accomplishment.
Big
Thank you.
time.
But it happens often when I do festivals. I travel around, and yes, if you do bars, a lot of people don't care whether you use foul language or whatever. But when you do festivals, often they say, "Please don't swear. Please don't swear."
Yeah.
But now it's like, "Oh, please don't swear." Okay, if you drop an F-bomb every now and then. But no, I tell them, don't worry. I usually present it as, I'm a school principal. Don't worry, I don't swear. And then when they see the comedy show, they say, oh, you know what? People really enjoyed it. And there's events, there's venues that call me back year after year because they know it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why you appreciate it more, I think. It's the effort that you put in, and you're consciously aware
Yeah.
without being consciously aware.
Exactly.
It's become a routine.
Exactly.
So when people look at that, they actually say, oh my goodness, he does it flawlessly. And I mean, ask my daughter, there's not a day that goes by that,
That you don't swear? No, I'm joking.
that too. True. Only when I drive. Okay, the drivers.
Yeah, no, because of the other drivers. Because of the other drivers.
drivers.
Yeah,
they bother me.
exactly.
They're always in my way, Joe. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say in traffic. It's like, get out of the way. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I have no
get it.
choice.
Trust me.
I have no choice. I'm trying to change lanes. So I think, my God, our
Yeah, so
hour is already up.
it's just about up, but I have one more question. I'm
Go ahead,
sorry,
go ahead. I'm
because
ready.
this
No,
is...
ready.
good, because I don't
I'm
want
ready.
it. You're
This-
going to be here forever.
I'm
right?
ready.
Dude,
Go ahead.
I'm a comedian fan. I listen to podcasts all the time with comedians and all different types of comedians. I love it. So I love comedy. So I get into their world, And if there was a comedian now, like an American comedian or a Canadian comedian now that you would say, because now the swearing comes into play. Is there a comedian you would pick? Because you picked a lot of Italian ones that were inspirations to you. But is there someone who's famous, or not famous now, but who's on the scene right now that you would say, I would like to, that's a guy that I respect?
I had the opportunity 8 years ago to open for Sebastian Maniscalco. And he's
fantastic.
He's very, very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Oh, that's
I really
right.
like him.
The,
For the Bad Boys of Comedy.
Bad Boys of
Yeah.
Nice
Comedy.
by
Yes,
Ralph Butino.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And he did an amazing show 8 years ago. Well, we see now where he's at. I mean, he's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
I know.
That was a good call on that one. That was a good answer. Sebastian was
Sebastian Maniscalco, he's
cracking out the lasagnas.
And you know what? It was beautiful because back then, he was amazing already back then. But he was very humble about what he did. And years after, he gave a show at La Place des Arts, and Ralph Butino went and see him.
Yeah.
And after the show, they chit-chatted and everything. And he goes, how's your friend, the school principal? I mean, 6-7 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, who am I? This guy is across the states, traveling the world, doing millions.
Netflix specials.
Netflix
right?
specials and everything. And he remembers, how's your friend, the school principal? Which to me was, wow. What a humble man. Because, I mean, he could have said, yeah, I remember we did. Yeah, with the other comedians.
Yeah.
No, he remembered.
That's how you grow. The people that are humble will grow their...
Exactly.
It'll grow. I went to see Michael Bublé last night. And this guy, he's that style, like super humble, and he respects everyone. Like he spoke about every musician in the band. There's 30 of them on stage.
Wow.
Like he literally took time.
So that
to
was
show them
after
off.
the show.
That was after he got paid. No, but just to say that you get attached to someone who's humble, like yourself. I would
Well,
follow
thank
you.
you.
I would come to every show because I see the humility and I see the.
So you're buying 4 tickets
I'm
for
buying
the
4
show.
tickets actually.
One per
It's
night.
all week, so I know I can make it because one of those
Anytime.
nights I'm definitely coming. Yeah, no, for sure,
Oh, good.
for sure.
Good.
Joe
No,
Cacchione
and another
.ca.
thing
Yeah.
that I started when I started doing shows, which is about 20 years ago, is after every show. And the first time I did it with my crew, I said, no, you're following me. We're going where people leave. We go all the way and we shake the hands of
remember
everybody.
that.
I go,
Oh,
because
nice.
don't forget, nobody is obliged to sit in that seat, pay whatever they need to pay for the show, and listen for you for 2 hours, whether it's funny or not. There's so much, let's call it competition, on television, on Netflix, on today, on everything, just on the internet. You could find everything. They don't need to pay that $40, in my case, $40 to sit down in the audience and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
So the minimum I could do is not a simple thank you, good night, but thank you for coming.
Yes, I can
Because
vouch for
I
that.
do.
I was there. I can vouch. I've seen him do it at the end of a show. He's
I
out
do it
there
at
when
every
people are
show.
leaving.
Very
He's
nice.
shaking everybody's hand.
And I tell all the people, the actors of the show, whoever it is, and my kids as well, to come and do it. It was so beautiful. Once I did it, my son, he was 9, and I told him to be part of the show. He was part of the show. He loved it, and he did one piece. It was actually when my father passed away, and we wrote it together with my father for. It's called Il Bagaglio. It's whatever a father leaves to his son.
Yes.
And my son played it, and it was amazing. And people were crying in the audience. For a comedy show, it was a little bit difficult. But after the show, people came, and thanked us. And Samuel said, "But Dad, nobody really thanked me." I go, "Okay." So the next day, I put him on a table, on top of the table, because he was a kid. I put on top of the table, and people went and congratulated
that's so
with him.
cute.
So for him, it was like one of the most beautiful days of his life. It was just fantastic.
Oh my God, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Joe, I'd like to thank you.
Well, thank you.
My God, no, thank you for making us laugh, for inspiring,
thank
for
you.
motivating us, and for teaching us about, your appreciation of the art, because that's what it is. It's an art. And for us to learn more about you, because I think it's important that people identify with you as a person
you.
and what you do. And you being a principal as well. So now when people see this, they can say, if I have a problem with my teacher, I'm going to go and see it. I'm going to laugh it off. I'm
No.
going to laugh it off.
So funny because some people, "Oh, you work in a school with Joe Cacchione. Oh yeah, you must be laughing a lot." No, I'm a school principal there. I'm not a comedian.
Yeah, no, I can
And
understand.
isn't discipline? No, it's the vice principal that takes care of discipline.
Vice principal takes care of all the students.
God.
I'm in charge of development.
Thank God. He got me in trouble. No, I'm not going to go see his show.
No, but thank you so much. And once again, where can people find you if they want to buy the tickets?
Directly at Centro Leonardo da Vinci. For the ones who have my phone number, just give me a call, not a problem.
Okay.
And don't put the phone number on this. I'm gonna have 200, 300. I'm still practicing for the show. It's not the time to sell tickets. But please, if you have my number, call me or call directly at Leonardo da Vinci Center.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you, Steph. Thank you,
you.
Sierra. And
Thank you.
guys, stay
Thank you, guys.
tuned for stay tuned for our brother podcast, which is Sessions with Steph. That's Steph Novani that you heard behind the camera. I was going to say behind the mic.
Behind the mic, not behind the camera,
on the
yes.
mic. But our brother podcast, it's all about musicians. It's all about musicians.
Wonderful.
It's beautiful. So we'll all be singing later. Not
Fantastic.
Kumbaya, but like rock songs.
Can I stay to hear again?
Yes, absolutely. So, guys, thank you once again. Thanks to our sponsors.
Where can we
Netvoyage.
find? Let's talk it out.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
it
come on, you got to
now,
say it.
Danny.
You got to say it.
I want to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
them too.
Thank Netvoyage Diamant, Anthony Paterno. Thank Bojat Karimi from Remax 2000 Inc. And Richard Bab Photography. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Truly, truly appreciate it. We love you all. And Let's Talk It Out. You can find us on, I was going to say Let's Talk It Out, but that's the show.
Yep.
You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast,
Amazon Music.
Amazon Music. You see, I left it
Madonna.
fill-
I don't think
Everywhere.
anybody
It's like-
knows
it's
about
like-
Amazon
Everywhere.
Music, really.
I know, but the thing is, it was a fill-in-the-blank question, and he answered it correctly. See? Me too, I can teach.
Oh, Maron.
I didn't say anything.
He's leaving now.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Have a fantastic evening. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Because we probably enjoyed it a lot more because we were actually here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys enjoyed it too. So take care, all the best, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.